you told Mr. Watson, in effect, you make the arrest and you won't be out on the limb by yourself.
I did not. I said you would not be out on the limb by yourself. I did not speak for the arrest.
Okay.
I have no authority to do that.
Did you inform the other commissioners about this or consult with them?
No, I did not.
Did you consult with the city attorney?
No, I did not.
Did you consult with your husband or anyone else?
No.
And you didn't consult with the state attorney's office?
No, I did not.
At the time you had this conversation with Mr. Watson, did you know what words may have been recorded on Mr. Grafsky's recorder?
No, I wouldn't have known that, and I don't recall any specifics about the conversation that would have said this was what was recorded.
And did you know anything about the circumstances under which the recording was made?
Not in detail, I don't.
Have you ever listened to the recording?
No, I have not.
Has anyone ever informed you about what actually appears on the recording?
In general, I've read some information in the newspapers. It's just general comments, but not specific. You've
never spoken to Chief Jernigan about it?
Not that I recall.
And Mr. Watson has never given you a transcript of what's on the recording?
No.
And you've never spoken to the state's attorney about it, or someone in the state's attorney's office?
At the time that incident was taking place, I've not had any conversation with them. No.
Have you since had conversation with them?
Regarding other related matters, and just a general conversation.
And what was that conversation?
I believe I had asked a question regarding Mr. Grafsky's contact with the city commission or with myself based on the judge's order, and I had asked a question about whether Mr. Grafsky was allowed to be here or not. It was a general conversation, and I can't remember the specifics, but I've had a conversation with Senator Mann about that.
Now that would have referred to matters that took place subsequently, would they not?
I believe so. Again, that's why I'm saying not about that today, but you had asked if I had had a conversation with the state attorney.
I asked you too broadly, didn't I?
Yes.
Just make it clear. In connection with the tape that Mr. Grafsky made on the occasion that we've discussed and for which he was arrested, have you discussed that tape with anyone in the state's attorney's office?
Not that I recall.
Are you aware that Kara Henderson has filed criminal charges against Mr. Grafsky and maybe against Mr. Candy?
I'm not specifically aware of that. In general, it seems like I recall those statements being made.
Did Mr. Watson discuss the potential of that complaint by Kara Henderson before it was made?
I don't know. We've had general discussion about it, but the timing of that I couldn't speak to.
Did you discuss the matter with Kara Henderson before she made her complaint?
I'm pretty sure I have not.
Did you encourage her to make the complaint?
No, I wouldn't have done that.
Has anyone that you've talked to said that that person has listened to the tape?
Could you be more specific?
I'm trying to not use a gender-based pronoun, but I would.
Okay.
Has any man who listened to the tape said that he had heard the tape?
No.
Any woman?
No, I don't recall anyone.
Any man or woman? Okay. When you were speaking with Mr. Watson prior to the time Mr. Grafsky was arrested, did you advise him to seek legal advice?
We may have had some discussion, but that wouldn't be something I would directly instruct Mr. Watson is confident of making those kind of decisions on his own.
Now, during the spring 2006 Alachua, City of Alachua City Commission campaign, your husband actively supported the candidacy of James Lewis, didn't he?
You could probably interpret it that way.
Well, he had a role to play in Mr. Lewis's campaign, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
What was it?
He was the treasurer.
So he was actively participating in Mr. Lewis's campaign.
Well, I would say you could interpret it that way.
Wouldn't you interpret it that way?
Well, being a treasurer is something you do as a bookkeeping matter.
Now, during the campaign, you were actively supporting the candidacy of James Lewis, weren't you?
I wouldn't interpret it as active.
Well, what were you doing?
You'd have to be more specific about that as well.
Well, you worked with Reverend Gerald Griswold and the various, Criswell, Criswell, in the various neighborhoods soliciting votes for James Lewis, didn't you?
No, I did not.
Incumbent city commissioners regularly use the offices of the city to conduct or to assist in conducting their election campaigns, don't they?
No, I would disagree with that statement.
And well, I'll ask this question. Incumbent city commissioners regularly use the offices of the city manager to assist in their campaigns, don't they?
I would disagree with that statement as well.
James Lewis used the facilities of City Hall to advance his candidacy in the spring 2006 election, didn't he?
I would disagree with that statement also.
To your knowledge, Alan Henderson kept James Lewis's campaign materials in his City of Alachua City Hall office, didn't he?
Not to my knowledge.
And you have no knowledge that various citizens saw the campaign materials in Mr. Henderson's office?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Have you read the complaint in this lawsuit?
Yes, I have.
And do you remember any allegations about the matter we've just discussed in the complaint?
Vaguely, I remember those statements.
Okay. Now, I think you testified that absentee voting in City Hall, if it were done in City Hall, was done in Mr. Henderson's office. Is that correct?
That's my understanding.
Were you aware that the absentee ballot box let me put it this way. The absentee ballot box in Mr. Henderson's office was left unlocked on various occasions?
I would disagree with that statement.
If it was, you were not aware of it?
If it was, I was not aware of it.
Absentee voters who voted in Mr. Henderson's office were provided no private place to vote. Not true.
I would have no knowledge of that.
Did you have any knowledge